teams, do you expect to be consistent all the time?
No, it's for me. It's never about necessarily the consistency as much as how we're making the errors. So if we're making mindless errors, trying to hit balls we shouldn't hit, or not being in the right spot on defense, or late as a blocker. Those are the things that I focus more on versus the mistakes, because mistakes are normal. And the better team that you play, the more they force you to make mistakes.
So, but your team, like maybe in the past, were able to swing back in their direction, and it seems like they're building on that, and they're doing that.
Well, we're talking a lot about being a team and trusting one another. And, there was a couple times where you could see where we were like, maybe I should. We were trying to get away from that. And the best way I know how to handle that is to make sure that we bring it to their attention. I know you didn't mean to do that, but that's what that looks like. That's what's happening in that situation. And we want to just stay together through that. And that's what I told them in the locker room. I was like, let's be honest. Had a couple moments where we were like, and then we brought it back because, we're working hard on being a team.
And then what is your thought about the fourth set? And with everything was happening in the back and forth, what is your thought about that?
My thought is I'm glad we won. I'll take the victory and the opportunity I get. And, we stayed true to what we were working on. And like I said, once we had a moment where we kind of went sideways, the group said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to wheel people back in. And that's a sign of a team that's growing in the right direction.
And you're doing the kids game thing
on Friday, yes, 11 o'clock, and, come on out here. We expect it to be loud, and, and it's against the team that got us not too long ago. So, for me, that's a matter of just staying focused and doing our job still, not trying to say, I got to prove to you what I can do. That's not how volleyball should be played.
Have you guys did that kids game thing?
We sort of did it last year, but it was something that I know Dave was asking for a long time when women's basketball was doing it, and it just didn't line up. But we were able to make it happen this year. Yes. Thank you so much.